Hi Aquarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of the 31st of January to the 6th of February 2022. Thank you so much for joining me, and I want to remind you, as always, this is a general weekly read, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. I'm feeling very focused, a little bit concerned in your energy this week, um, but do remember to stick with me till the very end of the reading for an answer to your yes or no question. And the overall message for you, channeled from Spirit: an activation that surprises you. An activation that surprises you. Let's now mention the song. Bear with me. So the song chosen for you on Shuffle, Transmission, featuring Logic and X Ambassadors by Zedd with 2 Ds. So I'll leave that down below. It's a very intense song, and let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, we're going to begin by pulling an overall focus, a message or two, if you will, from the Elemental Oracle deck. I just heard, why don't I get this? Why don't I get this? For my lovely Aquarians, connection, the biome. 4412, 4412. Look up the angel number, meaning there's a message for you. But there's a focus on connection this week, feeling very connected to your higher self, or getting back to being connected to your higher self, your inner voice, who you're becoming. Something is going through a change in your life. It's very confusing, and need to sort of adapt or just kind of separate yourself while this adjustment takes place. Feeling a level of growth happening, but it's leaving you very perplexed. Okay, there is an underlying focus on a darkness that surrounds you, or is a part of your situation, and I need to remember that luck is on your side when moving forward. All right, let's pull the main part of the reading from the Gilded deck. Are you connected to who you want to be? Okay. For my lovely Aquarians, to continue for this upcoming week, the Knight of Pentacles. Things are going to be moving slowly this week, okay? For the majority of which, you're going to find that you want to move a little quicker than you expect. It's like this lack of comfort in this slow pace. Things might be feeling very back and forth with progression, or just feeling this stall come to be. Certain delays as well, that are purposeful. There's something to learn, to gain. You may not want to get to somewhere on time, per se. The universe is preventing something that isn't meant to happen. With the Eight of Wands, there are going to be moments where something goes slowly and then picks up pace. Slowly and then picks up pace. You will find that the all over the place kind of back and forth way of this week is a little bit confusing, but you're going to find that this is now coming through as something within you was moving quite slowly when it came to a change that you've been going through, and then it activates, it gets quicker, it takes place at a rapid pace. You're going to find that you're talking to different people this week that activate a new level of understanding within you when it comes to who you want to be, where you want to be, and the type of energies you deserve in your life. All right, feeling very much in touch with your masculine side this week, but a bit emotional for a lot of different reasons. People will remind you of emotions that you don't want to sort of remember. All right, with the Justice card coming out, a little bit confused as to why justice is now coming into play in certain ways that you didn't expect, or in ways that you don't desire as much as others. All right, you're going to be reminded that somebody who did you dirty in the past, who treated you, I heard, like crap, is now getting their level of negative karma, and therefore you're getting your taste of justice. It's now, for a lot of you, a situation that's coming through that won't be obvious to your eye. You won't see firsthand proof that they're getting their negative karma. You got to trust that they are. All right, that's part of why things are now being lifted in a lot of ways as you go through this activation that surprises you. And I feel like when you experience part of this activation that we spoke upon in the overall message that is a bit shocking or surprising, a bit confusing, you won't know, you won't be able to predict as to when this is going to feel relevant throughout the week, or who you'll be speaking to, or what you'll be doing when this becomes quite apparent. The confusion all plays a part in your role as an Aquarius, is what I'm hearing. And please don't take that in the wrong light, but with the Queen of Pentacles, being pushed to stand proud in who you are, to not forget about your feminine side, to not forget about your emotions, to remember that in the upcoming weeks you're going to be given a lot of opportunities from the universe to show who you are, to expand on oneself, on your self growth, your development, and adapt and allow for yourself to change in huge ways. It's not a week to feel as if you have to be very showy, even if you kind of want to a certain extent. Just do what you have to and trust that the confusion will dissipate moving forward. Towards the end of the week or just moving forward after this week, you're reminded that your world is changing, even if it's a slow pace kind of development and change. You feel like you need to explain this or that to people, but then you take a moment and you step back at certain points of the week and you're like, screw that. I don't have to explain what I'm going through. I don't even have a full understanding yet. With the Four of Wands, you're going to be pushed to understand on a huge, huge transformational level that things are falling into place, even if they don't feel like it. And you're going to find that in the middle of explaining something or talking to somebody, you're like, oh, got to organize this, got to figure this out. I feel very focused, but at times that focus just gets rerouted. It feels very much due to spirit, wanting you to sort of slow it down or just separate yourself from the situation, the conversation for a hot second. You might over explain something, or you might speak when you shouldn't, right? Some of what you're going through, or all of what you're going through, or just some of what you took place in your past needs to be kept on the down low. Some people may not use it to your advantage, or they may not get it to the point where they overcomplicate it in your mind, and therefore it will just leave things feeling less understood. And it feels like a confusing week all the meanwhile. So no need to complicate things in that direction. All right. So understand that certain pauses in your speaking as well, if you feel very cut off or just the focus gets redirected, it's spirit. They're not playing with you in that sense. It's a preventative measure. All right. With the Chariot, you're being pushed to just charge towards what you deserve. I feel something very concerning but very powerful about your energy. You're not one to be messed with moving forward, and people are going to understand that in a lot of ways. You're like, just because I at times in my own world have my own creative sort of analytical way about going forward towards what I want or just developing, doesn't mean I'm someone to be messed with. And I feel like that's part of why, once again, we're being reminded that justice came into play when it comes to somebody or multiple people who did you wrong. All right, you're going to find this sort of huge feeling in the air that you are meant to continue to go after your independence, your success, to not let anybody get you down or just trap you within a cage of their own limitations. Okay, you're going to find that you're a little bit feisty, just like Taurus, throughout this week, but for the right reasons. You may feel the need to protect what you're going after as somebody makes you a little bit nervous in your midst. You're like, it may teach you something about yourself, or it may just remind you who you don't want to be around moving forward. Feeling this level of connection to the universe, to spirit, and very disconnected from other people and situations. As you move through the week, you're going to find that the slow pace of things starts to dissipate once again. With the Ace of Wands, there's a passionate fresh start you truly desire, and you will be granted moving forward when the time is divinely right for you, for your story, for your path. With the Queen of Swords, you're going to find that you're pushed to think about who and what needs to go. You know, feeling a bit feisty, a bit defensive, but a bit hopeful. The meanwhile, it's like, why do I feel the way I feel? Asking a lot of profound questions within one's mind, or even pushing other people to ask themselves very profound questions to initiate that level of activation and growth within them, understanding that what you're going through may be a bit confusing, but it feels very much necessary. All right. With the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, you're being pushed to take on a fresh perspective. You may feel like you're thinking about when you began a job, a career choice, a business, or when you first invested in something and how it left you very confused, but even if it didn't work out, it was purposeful. for your growth and development, a push to just keep going after what makes you feel emotionally fulfilled or less emotional. Interesting. A push to not, uh, or a pull back, if you will, not to overreact when somebody really pisses you off this week, because it will happen. All right. Again, feeling very strong, very bold. Someone who's giving off energy this week, not to be messed with, but a little bit emotional the meanwhile. All right. Feeling very connected to who you're meant to be in this lifetime by the end of the week. So do expect that. All right. Being drawn back to the overall message, just remember that this is an activation that will surprise you, but more so other people, as your energy takes a big shift in a very strong direction this week. If you haven't thought of your yes or no question, let's think of it now. For Aquarius. Your answer is no. All right, you got a no. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Sorry about the background noise. To book a personal reading, just reach out via email. You'll see the options down below with the pricing. Hoping you have the most amazing week. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.